It was an ordinary Saturday night, and I was browsing the internet trying to learn how to properly edit videos. I wanted to learn video editing because I had recently taken some videos of myself driving my car. I set my phone up against a rock while I did donuts in a muddy area. I thought the video would look more presentable if I knew how to add music and manipulate the video speed. I had been looking for websites that provided free audio, and the first two I tried did not work. I tried a third website. I searched for the type of music I was interested in and found something usable. I then attempted to download the sound file. Everything looked good and I hit the download button. But right when things were seeming too good to be true, my screen read, "Download failed." I was frustrated. It wasn't like I was using an iPhone. I was using a Samsung Galaxy S6. This phone allowed downloads from unknown sources. I even went into my settings to make sure that feature was on. I decided to give up for the time being and scroll through my Instagram feed to relieve stress. After about 2 minutes of scrolling, a pop-up ad consumed my entire phone screen. I had done some prior research on viruses and malware, so I knew what was happening and how to eradicate the ad. I traced the source of the pop-up and uninstalled the strange app that had caused it. I then went to check my Twitter feed, and after about 2 minutes on Twitter, another ad came up. I tried my previous method of tracing the app, but it failed to open my application manager. I then tried to manually open my application manager through the phone settings, and it failed again. I restarted my phone and tried to access the application manager, and it failed to open once again. It was around 12 a.m. by now, and I was beginning to feel tired, and the situation at hand only added to my tiredness. I decided to plug my phone in and head to sleep. I woke up the next day and did my typical morning routine. I didn't use my phone because I didn't want to deal with the pop-ups. I worked at 3 p.m. that day, so I had time to go to Best Buy and consult with the Samsung specialists since it was 11 a.m. I took my phone off the charger, and the first thing that the screen showed was an ad, of course. But it was for Best Buy. It had said that the Best Buy in my area spontaneously closed down and that there's a huge online sale with a link to it provided on the ad. This had to be a scam because stores don't spontaneously close down. It was also quite the coincidence that an ad directed at my local Best Buy came across my phone. I shrugged it off and considered that my location was on and that Best Buy is a huge business, so I shouldn't be worried. However, I did turn off the location settings afterwards on my phone because it felt like a smart thing to do. I went to grab my car keys and my phone made the sound that I had set my notifications to make. Last thing that I recalled is that I had put my phone on silent. But I could be wrong, so I took my phone out of my pocket and a black screen with white text read, "Don't go to Best Buy." My heart rate skyrocketed. I have been talking to myself out loud that I was heading to Best Buy, but this notification proves that someone is listening through my phone and has control of the screen. I was now uncomfortable being in the presence of my own phone. Someone has hacked into it and is trying to do God knows what with it. I was shaking a little bit, but I immediately started my car, placed my phone in the cup holder, began to drive to Best Buy, and kept silent. I had been driving for about 30 seconds and my phone began to make notification sounds and vibrate. I tried to ignore it and keep focus on the road because I knew someone at Best Buy could help. As I continued driving, the sounds and vibrations stopped and I felt a sense of relief. I was now cruising down the road feeling as if I was on the home stretch. But then I felt a jerk at the steering wheel. I don't think I twitched or anything, but I had both hands on the wheel, so it was possible. But as I was considering this, the wheel turned about 90 degrees and back to where I'd had it very quickly. The robotic Google voice then spoke from my phone and said, "You should probably slow down." Panic was the only thing I felt now. I made the realization that I had my phone set to automatically connect to my car through Bluetooth. I then immediately pulled my car into an empty lot that was off the side of the road that I was on. Immediately after I threw my car into park, I yelled, "What do you want from me?" My phone then flashed, and I picked it up to see that a questionnaire was on screen, and it was asking for my bank information. I said, I'm not doing this. Another tab opened and it had my full name and address on it. The Google voice then said, "I only need you to answer those questions or else I'm going to have to take action." My heart was beating so fast at this point that I was having trouble breathing and I felt a cold sweat begin to accumulate on my forehead. I had felt defeated and knew that answering those questions would be my best option. Right when I was about to fill out the questionnaire, something clicked in my mind. I then took off my phone's case, opened the car door, stood up, and spiked my phone against the concrete. It shattered into pieces, and I now knew exactly how to handle this situation. I got back into my car and headed to Best Buy to get a new phone under the warranty I had. Once my new phone was working, I immediately called the police and informed them of the incident and told them I felt in danger at my house. Later that evening, a police officer came to my house and explained that he would be patrolling the area for the next few nights. At around 1 a.m., the officer came to my door and rang the bell. I answered and he explained to me that while him and another officer were patrolling, that a car pulled up and parked at the end of my street and 3 men came out of the car and approached my house with ropes and a baseball bat. Both officers proceeded to confront them and they attempted to flee the scene. The officers tased them and handcuffed them. They all admitted that it was them trying to obtain my bank information and hijack my phone. I was so relieved that those men were nothing to worry about now. But from here on out, I will not be downloading things from unknown sources.